People who work in IT, what's the wildest thing you've discovered or had to do while at work? I got hired at a small insurance office last year to fix their computers. It was a quiet little building with blue carpet, beige walls, and about a dozen old Dell desktops that looked like they hadn't been replaced since the early 2000s. I figured it'd be a few hours of setting up software and cleaning junk files. Easy job. But within 10 minutes, I realized something was seriously off. Every single computer had the same yellow sticky note on the monitor that said Master 123 in big block letters. Every single one. Even the manager's office computer. I thought maybe it was some kind of company-wide admin password. But when I asked the receptionist about it, she whispered, "Oh, don't change it. The system breaks if you do." That immediately set off alarms in my head. She explained that their old IT guy, who turned out to be the manager's brother, had set everything up years ago. He told them if anyone changed their password, the security algorithm would corrupt all their files. So for 5 years, nobody touched it. They just shared one login for everything. Then I noticed something else strange. No one had email apps open. Instead, every few minutes, someone would yell, "Email ready!" And another person, usually the secretary, would come over, open a shared Word document on the network drive, copy the message, and paste it into her Outlook to send it off. I asked what she was doing, and she said, completely serious, "Oh, I'm the email dispatcher. It's safer this way. Viruses can't spread if only one person sends emails." Apparently, the brother IT guy had convinced them that letting everyone send their own emails could overload the firewall and allow hackers to slip through. He told them too many open ports at once invites the bad guys in. I couldn't believe it. They had basically turned a shared drive into a manual email system. There was even a printed email cue sheet on the wall where people wrote down when their message was ready to be sent. I tried to explain how Outlook actually works, but the manager got nervous. He said, "I trust my brother. He knows computers. We can't risk getting hacked." So I had to get creative. Instead of arguing, I told him I could upgrade their email security layer. I made a PowerPoint presentation with dramatic red warning icons, a fake graph showing threats blocked, and a big title that said Quantum Email Firewall Installation Guide. He seemed impressed. Then I went around and actually created email accounts for each employee, set them up with passwords, and showed them how to send and receive messages. To make it look official, I played a sound effect I found online that said, "Secure connection established," when the setup finished. When they sent their first emails on their own, you'd think I had shown them teleportation. The manager clapped. One of the sales reps literally said, "It's like magic." I smiled and said, "Yep, that's the quantum encryption at work." By the end of the week, they were working twice as fast. They could actually communicate without screaming across the room or running to the secretary's desk. Productivity skyrocketed. The manager called me a genius. But then came the weird part. About a month later, the brother, the old IT guy, showed up for a visit. The moment he saw people sending their own emails, his face turned white. He pulled me aside and said in this quiet, panicked voice, "What did you do? They're not protected anymore." I said, "Relax, man. Everything's secure." He shook his head and said, No, you don't understand. They'll find us now." And then he just walked out. Didn't say who they were, didn't explain anything, just left. The office got weirdly quiet for the rest of the day. To this day, I still get emails from that company every time Windows updates. The manager always writes, "Just checking that the quantum firewall stayed intact." I usually just reply, "All secure, no breaches detected." Last Christmas, they even sent me a mug in the mail. It had their company logo on one side, and on the other, it said, "Chief Quantum Officer, Defender of the Inbox." It's sitting on my desk right now. And every time I look at it, I laugh a little, because in IT, the hardest bugs to fix aren't in the computers, they're in the people.